With the right devil fruit, you can destroy the world or save it, and it all depends on how you use it. But the people I'm about to show you definitely dropped the ball, starting with my boy Ace, who was the user of the flame fruit, which allows a person to turn their body into fire while also allowing them to use fire-based attacks. And at first glance, you'd probably say that is dumb powerful, because the possibilities are endless. But poor Ace relied on it too much and barely scratched the surface creatively. I mean, yeah, he figured out a cool way to travel, but when it came to combat skill against top opponents, he was lacking. I mean, just imagine what you can do if you could control as much fire as you wanted. I'd be willing to bet that you'd be the king of the pirates. Now the next one is the human fruit currently being used by Chopper. And the way that it works, it allows the person that eats it to turn into a human. And knowing what we know now about Devil Fruit Awakenings, we can definitely say that he is not utilizing it to its full potential. Because imagine if a human ate the human fruit, wouldn't it have absolutely no effect? Well, I'm willing to bet that's not the case. I think personally, if Chopper didn't rely on the rumble balls as much as he does, he would unlock the ability to reach full human potential, which, as you know, is endless. Especially when you see humans in this universe without a devil fruit still can use super speed and cover their body in hockey. Heck, some of them can even see into the future. And that's all part of the human experience that Chopper hasn't unlocked. But now that moves us to the door fruit, which is currently held by Bluno, and it allows him to create a door anywhere he wants. And I believe it never reached its peak, because Bluno was such a great fighter. I mean, just imagine where this man would be able to go and what places he'd be able to reach if he just used the fruit correctly. Because keep in mind, there are legendary weapons in this universe, and sometimes all you have to do is travel to the location, which should be pretty easy for him to achieve. But sadly, he's just a knucklehead with muscles. Now the next one is Odin's wife, who sadly didn't get a chance to use all her abilities. From the absolutely masterful time fruit, which allows the user to send themselves or other people into the future, but they can never return to their standard time. And this power is absolutely OP, because if I'm a pirate traveling the world, I can send some of my men into the future to set things up for me. I can escape dangerous situations at a heartbeat. And if I was going to go up against someone like Kaido and had an inkling that I wasn't going to win, I'd send this man so far into the future his head would spin. Because why would I ever let my competition stay in my era? Also, you have to appear in the same location, so I can send you 3 hours into the future and set the whole area on fire, so when you come back you're bathing in flames. Now the next one is Brook's Revive fruit, which is activated after you pass away, and naturally it brings you back to life. But it also allows you to use soul-based attacks, which makes one of our favorite Straw Hats pretty powerful. But this devil fruit definitely has a hidden ability, and it may be one that could bring back a member of the team, or legendary pirates that have passed away. But that would require Brook to awaken the ability, and you can tell by his personality that he has no interest in doing that, and he's never in a situation that's so tough that he would need to trigger it. Because let's be real, he's running with some of the strongest people in the series, so he's always going to fight lower level lackeys, but it's a fruit that he'll never master. Now this next fruit is one that I love, and it's the Scroll fruit, currently being held by Raizo, and this one allows him to stash anything he wants in his ninja scroll. And at first I thought it would simply be weapons, but I was proven wrong when he unleashed a tsunami level of water, which got me to thinking, could he store people? Because if that's the case, he could build one of the biggest armies in One Piece and constantly equip them with some of the best weapons, which would make him almost unstoppable in the right situations. And just in case you forgot, he's also able to store fire, which, if we're being real, is absolutely insane. Now the next one on the list is the Arms fruit, currently being held by Baby 5, which allows the user to transform any part of their body into a weapon. And even though she had a very impressive array, mentally she was all over the place and couldn't keep it together during most fights, which means she was almost transforming with no rhyme or reason. And that in itself is the downfall of the user. But if we were to give it to someone with a sharper mind, you would definitely have a problem on your hands. Now, the most wildly underused devil fruit ability, and the one that will never be mastered, is Nico Robin's Flower Fruit. And that is not due to a lack of creativity, because she has a dazzling display of attacks that can more than challenge any villain. But to fully utilize something like this, you would have to be a hand-to-hand combat master. Just think about some of the other characters and what they would do with an ability like this. I mean, Luffy and Garp would have a field day. But in the hands of our favorite archaeologists, it's just a cool devil fruit that sadly will never be mastered. Now family, this video is handpicked specifically for you, so it's only right you click it so we can continue our adventure together. Now tap that bad boy, and I will see you on the next video.